What is going on, guys? Sacoz back at it with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make this offline screen for your stream based around, you know, the Fortnite theme, the kind of Fortnite community. Now this may be helpful if you're a designer and you want to learn some new skills of the tutorial, or if you're a streamer and you want to give your stream a whole new look. Without anything else to say, remember to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at SacozYT, because I post work in there sometimes. I do polls and everything, and if you want to check out my work, go to behance.net/Sacoz. That's my portfolio if you want to hire me for something there. And let's just get straight into the video. Alright, so first of all, you would need a background for this one. So what I did was just straight type out in Google Fortnite screenshot, and what I did is go to Tools, Size, and larger than 2 megabytes. Because you know that's high resolution, and you will find very high resolution things, and there's even more, so you can go up and up and up, depends on like what you need, of course. So I just scrolled down for a bit until I found season 8, which is the volcano thing, in case you don't know about Fortnite, which I highly doubt, but I spent like a good time looking for that screenshot. So I'm just gonna, you know, just take it from here. So I'm just gonna copy this, hide this, and paste that. Alright. So originally it is like this, and as you can see, it has like a Fortnite logo, the Fortnite logo right over here. So what I did is just Command T to resize, and then just put it up, and yeah. Oh, and yeah, these guidelines, I'm pretty sure you know what they are. Just go to a new layer, right, and then just grab these guidelines pressing Command R. And then just drag them until it snaps. When it snaps, it's meant to be the middle. Alright, so when we have this done, I double click on it and I added a color overlay of black. I think 070707. And then added a opacity of 76. Just to have that, you know, overlay kind of style. And then I just went ahead and pressed OK. So as you can tell, we're nearly getting that effect that I went from here. Of course, it's not the same placement, but as you can tell, it is kind of close. So there's two things I did to this background, well, 3 counting the color overlay. What I did is I made a new adjustment layer, and then I put black and white. I didn't mess up with any of these colors though, so if you do want some different kind of style, you will put the greens up, and this will make that up, and the reds a little bit down, and that will make that up, or whatever you kind of want to do. Just play with it. I don't make these tutorials for you to copy me. I'm tired of saying that, but I truly don't. So just go here in the half circle, put black and white, and you should be good to go. Next thing I did was I created a new layer, press B for the brush, and with a brush that's kind of big, like that, I went and pressed D to make it default and X to change it from white to black, and then just click on it, and then just lower the opacity until it kind of looks normal. That's what I did there. Alright, so the next thing I did was Google some Fortnite skins, and then as I went with this red theme, I found this skin that I think it's from Valentine's Day or something like that. So I just went ahead, left click, copy image, and then just pasted it right over there. I'm not gonna check the placement to be exact, but I really like the position of this skin, so I just went ahead and put it. So as you can see, we are getting kind of close to the result, and it's starting to take shape. Now there is some lighting effects on the character, and that's what I'm gonna explain right now. So what I did for this character is that I made a layer underneath it and made a lighting source. So I'm gonna just put this smaller, like 500 or something, right over there. Make it white, and then just make a light source from behind, and then just, you know, expand it until it kinda looks good. Then I added a glow to it. How I did this is I went like this, and I did a color. Just let me get that color real quick. The color I used is E84242. I used that color. So in this one, I just went click the brush, make this size bigger, and then just did this, make it this smaller, sorry. And then you just click there, and then resize it until it kinda looks good. And then go here where it says normal, this is the screen type, and then just put it as screen, and that will happen. It will give it that glow that it didn't have when it was just plain. Now I'm just gonna delete that real quick, and then I think it will look better, and it's just testing out, right? So if we do it like this and then we resize it like that, I think that will look a lot better. Yeah, it looks a lot better. So just play around with your character and do some lighting effects that you maybe haven't tried out. Maybe do some shadows, maybe do something else. But again, that's all I did for this one. Now what I did is double click in this one and then added a gradient overlay of black to white. Made sure the angle was, you know, put so the white comes up. And then I just change it from normal to overlay. And then put it down a little bit. And as you can tell, this is a technique that most people use if they're using a character or a Fortnite character. There's that gradient overlay and put it in overlay. And as you can tell, it does give some glow to the character that it didn't have before. So that's why I do it. So we will be done with the character and the background. Now all we have to do is work on the text. What I did to work on this text was with the font Bergbank condensed. I really cannot pronounce that font. Like every single time I try to do it, it just doesn't go well. So what I did is just all in capitals. I put stream. A little small, like that. Yeah, like that. And I went over here and created my own layer style, which is this one, and I'm gonna go over it. So the inner glow, let me show you guys. The inner glow is kind of that inner thing. In the red one, it's gonna look a lot better, and it's gonna, you know, you'd be able to see it. But in this one, you won't be able kind of to do it. So what I did is add an inner glow of white, 100% opacity, and overlay. And you can just copy this if you want. And I really didn't like how it just went, you know, white, like 100% white. So I added this gradient overlay for it to make it look a little bit more, you know, kind of more stuff going on. So it's a gradient, and that's what I really like about it. Now what I did in this one, I duplicated stream, and I made it bigger, like that. And then I replaced this by offline, right over there. Now I made another separate layer style for this one, which is this one, which is the exact same thing. The inner glow details are the exact same thing. It's just still a white inner glow, overlay, 100% opacity, and everything it has to be. But I changed it to red, and this is just, again, I talk about this in a lot of my videos. I use Iraqi for this. Now stream, there's millions of stream arounds, right? There's millions of stream, there's a lot of people streaming Fortnite, but we want to emphasize here that whoever is streaming right now, and whoever you put twitch.tv/ with, that person is not streaming right now. We want to emphasize that that person is offline. So what do? We emphasize offline by making it bigger and putting it another color, which overall is more vibrant. And, you know, it just helps a lot with the color scheme that we're going for over here. So the colors are E84242, and then the other is 971515. Now that's all I added. You can play a lot with the drop shadow. If you like the drop shadow style, you can do some drop shadows if you want. You could do some pattern overlays if you want, or some inner shadows, or, you know, bevel and emboss, which I wouldn't recommend at all, but it's there. So you just play around with the layer styles, and you will probably end up with something really nice. Alright, now what it's left, and I'm not gonna spend too much time on this, is the socials. So what I did is, I said in my last tutorial, right, that I rather the outline logo, but in this one I did want to go with the Instagram logo PNG, just for that a little bit, you know, of color, and it gets your attention to go to the social media. So it's type Instagram logo PNG. and I use this second one that came up. So I'm gonna click on that one, left click, copy image, paste the image. I made it smaller, a lot smaller. Oof. And then right over there. And then added a text that says /Sacoz YT. This could be your own social media, maybe your team's social media, if you're in one of those, your clan, whatever you're doing this for, you could do that. And then left click again and go with this style that we use for stream. Now once you're done with that, click on this, Shift Command G, and then just drag it until it kind of seems even. There, right over there, or there. Yep, right over there. And instead of putting Instagram twice, which if you ask me, it's kind of stupid, you could add your team's Instagram in this, or your clan's Instagram in this, or maybe your, I don't know, your sponsor code, your creator code, whatever you want. I just added my Twitter because it's the simplest thing to do. And again, we're going with that kind of vibrant color scheme so it catches attention. So what I did is do the blue one. Make it kind of fit. It doesn't have to be exact. You could definitely use guidelines for this if you want. But that's how I did it. Move it up a little bit like that. And the Sacoz YT and the social medias are right over there. Now, it kind of looks good already. I think it kind of looks nice, but we're going to add some lighting effects and some CCs that will definitely make it look a lot better. So what I did is I closed that group and this group, and then grouped this, and we're going to name every layer. So let's name this BG for background, BG like that. This is the light overlay. We're gonna call this light source, skin, glow. We're gonna call this main text, group this, socials. Alright, now above main text, we're gonna do a white brush that's small. Remember, D for default, X to switch, and then just put it over there. And then instead of normal, we're gonna put it in multiply. No, what am I talking about? Overlay. Right over there. So it gives it that glow to the text, and it grabs your attention to the text. That's what I really like about this effect. I used this in my FORTNITE thumbnail tutorial, so if you haven't watched that, I strongly recommend you to watch that. Alright. Now afterwards, there's some stuff I did differently, of course, like the offline is bigger and stuff, but mostly it's the same thing. So now we're gonna do the CCs. Alright, so what I did was come here, brightness and contrast. Let me just delete this and put glow text, and then I put the brightness down and the contrast up, so it kind of gives you that, you know, dark look. And then let me just check what else. Alright, then I went and added color balance, which I think it's really important if you want to give like a certain color scheme, because there you could literally have anything you want, but you could still make it a yellow color scheme or a blue color scheme or whatever you want. So in this color balance, of course, what I did is make it red, so all the reds kind of blow up, and all the things that are not red have a little bit of hue of red. It's not like you're pushing the whole hue to the red. That's not happening. What's happening is that you are giving it a red tint to it. Now, I added brightness and contrast because it was way too dark. So I just put it a little bit up so it kind of glows up. Of course, you don't want that to happen. So if that happens, then you may want to go to contrast and pull down the contrast. Or you want to go back and put down the gradient overlay opacity, so this doesn't look blown out or like blown away of too many effects going on. And then last thing, I added a color lookup. So remember, it's all about the balance, right? So if everything is red, like the color balance, it's going to the super red side. So what I did in this case is I added a color lookup, right? This is something I learned kind of recently. And then I put horror blue. And then of course that kind of looked like that. So I just put the opacity down a little bit until you could see some of the blue, but you can't just look like, okay, so that's a preset. They put hue saturation, they put everything to be blue, and that's the turn of that. So that kind of gives it that balance between the color balance going 40 plus red to the color lookup right over there. So another thing I did, and the last thing I did on this one, was I clicked on a brush, and instead of just doing a normal light on top, wait a second, this is way lower. Yeah, right over there. And then instead of just adding a white light on top, I wanted to be a little bit more creative with it. So what I did is, I already lost the color. How nice is that? Alright, so what I did is I added a light on the top, a light source, because it's not really a light, of red. So it gives it that kind of different style, and it gives it that kind of gradient going off that is red. Understand? Not at all. Tell me in the comments below if you want me to explain anything else. But that's been it. So now what you can do is group this all. Command J, Command E. And then let's go to filter. Camera raw filter. Let it load. It's opening a whole new program over here, so we need to let it load. Alright. Oof. Alright. Now what you would like to do is do this, Command J, so it counts only as an image. Forgot to do that. And then filter, camera raw filter this time, yes. Let it load. And then play with it. So do some more stuff. Don't go like super harsh, because that's just not gonna work. Don't go super harsh because we already did some stuff. So treat this as a photo, basically. So I always like to put either vibrance or saturation down. So if vibrance is up, saturation is down. So we put vibrance down and saturation up, it looks balanced. But if we put both up, it just looks nasty. And if we put it down, it looks good, but it's not the style we're going for. So I just put vibrance up and saturation down, and it gives it that kind of, you know, trendy style. Then we want to curves. We're gonna go to point. I just like point more. Move this up a little bit, like that. Over there. And then in the hues, we're playing with a lot of red, so we're gonna make the red a little bit more purplish, so it goes kind of more to the red side. And then same with the saturation, we're gonna pull that up, and the luminance, we're gonna pull that up as well. So there's not any more colors than red in this one, to be honest, but maybe if we play with yellow, it will change that. So you just put the yellows all the way down, so it matches kind of the color scheme. And that has been all. As you can tell, there is a sweet difference between this and that. And that's how to make a offline screen kind of thing for Twitch Fortnite theme. So if you guys like this video, make sure to drop a like. If you want to see more tutorials like this, make sure to subscribe. And if you have any specific ideas or any requests, then just drop it down below. I will mostly do it if I have the time, of course, and if they don't kill me. Also, thanks a lot for 90 subscribers. I just found out that I met 90 subscribers. So yes, subscribe a lot. Please, please, please subscribe. Tell your friends about the channel. Tell your graphic design friends about the channel. Tell your dog about the channel, because we are really, really close to 100. And when we get to 100, some stuff are gonna happen, and some big stuff are gonna happen. So without anything else to say, it's been Sacoz here, and I'm out. Peace.